Thanks for coming by Tori Magoo 44. I'm here with some seriously suppressive people. Andreas Heldeland from Norway. The Wise Beard Man. His birthday today. We had a fantastic time. Woo!
Yes, this is wonderful.
Hit it.
Thank you to everybody who wished me a happy birthday. It's been a great birthday. I appreciate all your goodwill. We had a swell day today in Los Angeles.
Very swell.
I didn't know it, but today was also not just my birthday, but the 59th anniversary of Dianetics.
58, I think.
Now, I think the sign says celebrating 59 years of Dianetics, and of course, that means 59 years of fraud. But it's nice that Dianetics and I share an anniversary, I guess.
There you go. There you go.
So I was just expecting to come up for a quiet dinner with the the SPs, but instead we went to Bonaventura Hotel.
Bonaventure.
Yeah,
downtown.
Whatever. And they were having a big Scientology celebration, so we decided to go and protest. And it was exciting.
It was very exciting. A couple of highlights. Anonymous was there, a bunch of people. There was quite a few people, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah.
The best. It was almost 20, wasn't it?
Yeah, at least. So some were downstairs, and then we realized they had a walkway over, so they were routing the Scientologists over the walkway. So a bunch of us went on up there, and we had our picket signs over the street, and then they had all the Scientologists locked in the parking lot. So one of the funny things for me was I was just standing there with my sign, and Anonymous and all the critics were along this walkway going this way. And so they're all inside. They finally let them out, and I said, be careful, be careful. There's some very serious SPs here, and they're kind of looking at me, and I said, it's very, very dangerous. Move along, move along. Free speech is out here. Free speech is out here. Move along. Get safe. And they're kind of like, what the hell is this? So it was very, very funny. Everybody that was picketing, definitely, we were seriously enturbulating today, wouldn't you say?
Right, and I have to say I didn't have a picket sign with me, and I forgot to bring my camera today.
Oh.
So I wasn't really protesting. I was there. I was snapping a few pictures of what was going on with my cell phone, and I thought, well, listen, I'm not a protester. I should be able to go into the hotel.
Yeah.
So I went across the street and walked through the front doors of the hotel, and there were a bunch of ushers there, and they said, are you looking for the Dianetics event? And I went, yeah. And I said, well, you go that way, go up the stairs and take a right, and you'll be there. And I said, well, thanks. So I go up the stairs, and I turn a right, and there's a security guy. And he said he was the head of security for the hotel. And he was wearing the, Bonaventura or whatever it is, badges and everything. So he asked me to leave, and I said, well, absolutely. And he escorted me out, and once we got out to the sidewalk, he said, and if you come in again, you'll be arrested. Well, all right, well, I won't come in again. And as I was walking away, Charlie somebody, do you know Charlie?
I don't know him, but Smurf knows him.
There's this goofball OT. Couldn't help but gleefully come out of the hotel and say, hey, we got you, fat boy! And I thought that was so hysterical that this powerful OT is using, schoolyard taunts.
Stuff, yeah.
And so I started laughing and walking down to the corner, and he would keep popping his head out around the corner and say, hey, fat ass! And it was like, wow, this is cool.
Very effective. Yeah,
very
really
powerful OT.
Yeah.
So, by the way, you may have noticed that I'm pudgy. So then later on, after we were done protesting, everyone decided, well, that we wanted to go eat somewhere, and they suggested, well, why don't we go across the street and eat in the hotel? And that would be fine, except, I told them, listen, I can't go back in there, I'll be arrested. So we went up and talked to the security people and explained that, no, we're just going to sit down and eat.
First the girls and I get to say that, because the three girls, we decided we'll go over and see if we can get in.
She gets to say that.
So it's, I'm Glib,
you,
Resistance, and me, the three of us, and we're just three girls, right? So we say we just want to go up. So we walk in, and there's that guy that's the top security investigator.
By the way, he is David Miscavige sized.
Right.
It has nothing to do with the story. But
and I had a camera up, and he goes, "You can't take pictures." And I said, "Too late, pal." And he looked really past, and he started trying to order us around, and we just kept going up the elevator, into this, and they were everywhere. They had OSA people here and people there, and this and that. And we finally got to the restaurant and asked the lady. We said, "Can we? We have about 8 or 10, 12 of us. Can we come here and eat?" She said, "Yeah, sure." So I said, "I'll wait here for hold the restaurant," and 3 of them were there, OSA people all the time. And then the girls went down to get you guys, and then you've got to tell your side of it too.
I wasn't let in by somebody who didn't want to identify himself or say he was a PI or worked for the hotel. It was great. I didn't get to give any of my bear hugs. My job today was to try to give some of the Scientologists a hug, friendly. None of them, they didn't talk to me once, but I got to talk a lot to them.
Andreas talked a lot.
I had several long speeches. That was quite fun. So fantastic for me to be here and meet all the SPs, having great fun, having the PIs after us, and just.
Oh, you tell them about the PIs?
Oh yeah, we had several PIs after us, and they've been following us. We had them confirmed. We were like unaware if that car a PI because it kept taking photos of us out of the car window when they passed us and stuff. And then we got confirmation from neighbors and stuff later that
the neighbors
they had
got their license.
They had noted down the numbers, so then we could confirm they'd actually been outside Tori's house several times for a long time waiting for us. And today we had when we went to the event, we had one after us.
Right.
He was good, but he still lost us
You lost him.
Listen, I want to get back to the dinner because this was fun, getting us there. So Tori and the gals, they had set up a table for us, so we were fine there. Then we talked, me and a couple other people, were talking to the head of security who said we'd be arrested. We talked to him and another security guy at the front of the hotel saying, well, all we want to do is join our friends up there. They're having dinner. We just want to eat. There'll be no trouble. And somebody mentioned it's my birthday, that they were going to have dinner with my birthday. And one of the security guys went, "It's your birthday. Your birthday just happens to be on the day of the Scientology event." And I said, "Yeah," and I pulled out my wallet and showed him my driver's license. And yeah, I think that helped a lot. So there were, I think, 3 or 4 of us then who were escorted. We had to be escorted. We had to promise we would not take any pictures, shoot any video, not try to run away and disrupt the event or whatever. Yeah, all we're going to do is have dinner. So they had to walk us, security, up to the restaurant. So we were, some of us were seated now, and then we heard that Andreas wasn't being allowed in, so we had a lot of rigmarole to try to get everybody
so I go out to get Andreas, and again that creep is out there and starts screaming at both of us, and Andreas is a riot. He's taking his camera, and he's going, "What are you saying to me? What are you saying?" And he got the whole thing on video, remember?
Eventually, all of us get seated, and except for one anonymous woman. I apologize because I didn't get your message until after the meal was over. She didn't know where we were, and I'm sorry. I feel miserable. So we have the meal, and everything's fine. And suddenly security pops up at my shoulder and said, "All right, it's time to leave."
It was like grade school or something. We have to go now, in line, single file, follow up.
Yeah, we wanted to finish our drinks. We wanted to relax for a moment. No.
Now.
They had us follow them out, which was agreed. We would follow them.
One on the front, one on the back.
But they took us through took us out the back door and were walking us down the side of the building so we wouldn't be seen by Scientology, I guess. It was insane.
And this was the really funny part about it. And Osa, this is really your fault. I've said it ever since. I said it when I was in, and I constantly say it. You create your own enemies. They made us leave the restaurant. We probably would have stayed another half hour, maybe an hour. Right? And Scientology would have all left. That would have been it. But I know what happened. They didn't want the SPs around when they were leaving after the event. So they make us leave. So now Mark and I are out in the parking lot as all the Scientologists, car by car, are driving by. And we're kind of waving, like, hey. And they're kind of waving back. And this one security guy from Scientology is, like, really pissed. He's trying to let him know, like, don't wave at them, they're suppressive. And then, Mark, tell him what you're doing.
Well, all we wanted to do was go to the car and leave.
Right.
But they had to, Andreas had to go and prepay the parking ticket to get out of the parking structure.
Right.
So he went to do that, and we were stuck there at the entrance where everyone was leaving. And because there was such a long, long line of Scientologists waiting to pay their parking
Which
ticket,
Andreas was in.
we had 8 minutes to stand there at the gate, and with nothing to do, I decided to tell a little story I know set 75 million years ago when Earth was known as Tegiak.
But now wait, you got to say it with your voice, how you said it, because they'd all go like this. They'd hear his voice, because he's a very demanding voice, right? And they'd look around.
And there's good acoustics in that parking.
And there's
Right.
great acoustics, and then they'd hear it, and they'd start rolling up their window.
They'd have to roll down the window and put the ticket in the little device there. But
say it
then
one
I'd
time.
say 75 million years ago, Earth was known as Tegiak and was ruled over by the evil overlord Xenu. To solve the overpopulation problem in this sector of the galaxy or
That's what
galaxy,
They'd be rolling up.
L. Ron Hubbard wrote that Xenu stuffed us all into volcanoes and blew us up with hydrogen bombs far more powerful than those we have today. That's Incident 2, part of OT3.
Don't
Save
waste
your money.
Yeah.
So thank you for kicking us out.
That's right,
Because then
yeah.
we got to do enturbulation
More.
of all your.
Right. I was forced to do that because I had 8 minutes to kill while Andreas was paying his ticket. This could have been so much easier, Scientology, if you just wouldn't have made a big fuss about it.
Exactly.
But it was thrilling as we were sitting there having dinner, knowing that just us having dinner in the building was really pissing off the Scientology bigwigs.
They were going outside the restaurant, all back and forth all the time to make sure we sat there and didn't move. We were not allowed to go out of the restaurant,
Right.
only for the restaurant. Not at all.
All
We
we
would be
were doing-
arrested if we went out of the restaurant.
Yeah, we're just having dinner. That's all.
And they had a guard dog, too.
And we're the SPs. They are the one with all the powers.
So it was a fun night, ultimately, and it was a great birthday. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scientology. Thank you, David Miscavige, and thanks to all of you.
Birthday hug.
Birthday hug.
Oh.
There goes my glasses.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Love you guys.